Hello and welcome to part 1 of my series on making a zine, a TTRPG zine, with a dungeon inside it. So I recorded this on the same day as I recorded this video you're about to see, but at the time of recording this video I did not know that I was gonna let my hand slip and kinda make the basis for a zine. So I decided to kind of split it up into a series. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, in this first part we'll be introducing the premise of the adventure, as well as some initial ideas that I had. So yeah, enjoy! I'm gonna be running a game tomorrow. It's probably going to be a white box fantastic medieval adventure games campaign, but I needed an adventure to run. And I was thinking I wanted to get more practice in, I wanted to make more stuff, and I thought I'd make a video going over my process for that. That's not to say that I'm by any means a master of this. Quite the opposite. I'm actually, for those of you who don't know, I actually got into TTRPGs fairly recently. For an in-depth look into adventure design, I would highly recommend Bandit's Keep. Daniel Norton over there does some amazing stuff. Like, he gives amazing advice, and his adventure design videos usually have a link to the actual play. I think almost always. I'll leave a link to all of that in the description below. There's also this other channel called GFC's D&D. All his videos are great. I would highly recommend the one about brainstorming for Dungeons and Dragons, and also the dungeon building video. So all that being said, what do I have to offer? Nothing really. I guess I just wanted to show my process. If nothing else, just as a time capsule for myself, so that I can see how I progress over time. Maybe I'll look on this in like a few months and go, holy shit, that guy's a dumbass. But yeah, we'll see. I don't really have any kind of idea of what kind of adventure I want to make. I'm just gonna use basic expert D&D, and there's this thing here about random scenario generation. There's like 10 different scenarios that you can choose from. So we're just gonna roll a d10 and see what we get. We got a 7. Escaping from enemies. The player characters begin this adventure as prisoners and must escape. The reason is clear and simple, especially if imprisonment is to be followed by the deaths of the characters. The DM must be careful to make escape possible, though not necessarily easy. Hot damn. Okay. Yeah, I'm immediately thinking of Tale of the Manticore. If you are not familiar with Tale of the Manticore, it's probably the best solo actual play I've ever listened to. I would highly recommend it. It's a solo actual play, but the way it's told is more like an actual audiobook, like you're reading a dark fantasy novel. It's really good. At the start, the players are actually imprisoned by the goblin horde. I won't go into spoilers about why, but they essentially start off with no weapons, no food, and they are pretty much lost. Pretty messed up. Yeah, I think something like that might work. I definitely want a dungeon though, because I wanted to make a dungeon today, so yeah, I think I'm starting to get some ideas. So I normally start with Obsidian, which is my markdown editor, and yeah, let's replace this with escape from the goblin horde. Goblins. Yeah, I'm not sure if we're gonna stick with goblins, but they're a good baseline. I kind of want something a bit more vanilla. Actually, here's an idea. Why not just roll on the underworld encounter tables and roll for dungeon level 1 and see what we get. So we'll just roll a d6 and we get a 4, so it's going to be a level 2 monster, and we can just roll a d12 on that. 11. Cleric, level 2. Ooh, I kind of like that. Maybe not goblins, maybe a cult of some kind. Clerics to an evil cult. Yeah, that might work. Escape from the cultists of what? Okay, I think I need a cult generator. Thankfully I have one right here, the D30 Sandbox Companion. Okay, let's roll up a cult. Okay, we got the League. League of what? Tree. League of the Body. I'm gonna reroll that. The League of Destruction. That sounds like a very bad children's cartoon villain. So I'm gonna reroll that. The League of the Apocalypse. That's not much better. I'm just gonna choose. Fuck it. It's gonna be the Church of... Man, none of these are really subtle, huh? The Church of the Eclipse. We'll go with that. Escape from the Church of the Eclipse. Alright. So, these Eclipse guys, who do they follow? Let's see here. 21. A human male cleric. Hey, that fits in. The Church of the Eclipse follows a human male cleric. And their immediate goal is... 3. The control of all governments. There is also a 29 in 30 chance that the long-term goal of any cult is total world annihilation or destruction. That... okay, sure. I'll just not roll that. Control of all governments. Got it. Okay. What's their strange cult practice? This one should be good. 19. They sleep on a bed of nails. Okay, that's pretty good, but I'm gonna re-roll that and see if we get something better. 21. Sleep suspended from a hook. Yeah, that's better. That is better. Sleep suspended from hooks. Holy shit, these cult guys are pretty kinky. Alright, so clerics. At level 1 they get no spells, at level 2 they get 1 spell, at level 3 they get 2 spells, but it has to be a level 1 cleric spell. Okay, so we're gonna look at the level 1 cleric spells, and we're gonna get... let's see, what will be useful? Oh, I kinda like putrefy food and drink. Okay, actually, the putrefy food and drink might be how they were able to capture the player characters. Yeah, that might be interesting. Okay, yeah, we'll go with that. Spells. Putrefy / purify food and drink. And let's choose one more. Okay, light is pretty classic as well. Let's go with that. Okay, so that's the spells that they got. Well, how many people are following this cleric? I'm just gonna say they're level 1 clerics, so they don't really have any spells. How many of them are there gonna be? I don't want too many because I don't want all of my player characters to die. It's a 1 GM 1 player campaign, but they're gonna have a bunch of hirelings along with them. I'm not sure how many, I'm just gonna say for now 20. That was not a number that I came to logically, I just made it up. Since they're the Church of the Eclipse, what I'm gonna do for the adventure is to start it off by saying that PCs are travelers who are invited to stay at Village's Tavern. And yeah, they fucked up all the food. So, poisoned, dragged into dungeon under church to be sacrificed to the moon goddess. Yeah, that sounds good. So it's not like I'm gonna have them go through this entire thing where they're role-playing, you know, being at a tavern and everything. I'm just gonna have them started off bound up, and yeah, I'm just gonna say they had a pretty wild night. Maybe wilder than they would have liked. I don't want all the enemies to be humans though, so I'm just gonna also have a random encounters table. I'm just gonna start populating it. I think I'm gonna do like a 2d6 kind of table. So 1, and then 2 to 4, and then 5 to 8, 9 to 11, and 12. Actually, because I have OCD, I'm just going to make this into a freaking table. Okay, so 2d6, and counter. There we go. Okay, so let's see here. What do we got? For 5 to 8 is definitely going to be a cleric, level 1. There we go. For 12, I'm probably going to be saying it's going to be the hit cleric, level 3. Actually, should have like listed here that they are level 3, so let's do that. I think there should be something fucked up here as well. Just not sure what. Let's go back to our underworld encounter tables, and we'll see who they are sharing the lodging with. That's gonna be a 2, so that's gonna be rolling on the level 1 encounters, and we're gonna get a skeleton. Fantastic. I'm gonna put that in 2 to 4. Skeleton. Clerics have the ability to turn undead, right? So, only lawful clerics have the ability to turn undead. Oh, here we go. Chaotic clerics and the undead. If chaotic clerics are allowed to turn undead, treat a result of D on the table a bit differently. Instead of destroying the undead creature, the chaotic cleric has forced it into servitude. Wow, that works out really well. I guess this is Dungeon full of undead and clerics. Okay, oh yeah, we should probably put a number on that. D4 clerics. And yeah, we're gonna say D4 skeletons. Okay, cool. Something deep inside me is also telling me that I should have a giant rat here. But that's kind of cliche, isn't it? Ah, fuck it, cliche is good. Giant rats. Okay, and for one, I want to put something really fucked up. What could be in here that could be way above the player's pay grade? I have to remember that they're gonna start off without their weapons and armor as well, but maybe there's like just one room that nobody fucks with. Ghoul maybe? Oh shit, no. Ghouls have like the ability to level you down. That's kind of too much, I think. I don't know. Giant centipede. Grey ooze. Grey ooze might work. Let's see here. Hit dice 3. Grey ooze is immune to spells, heat, and cold damage. Metal, but not stone or wood, must make a saving throw versus acid when exposed to grey ooze, or be rotted through. When the grey ooze hits a character in metal armor, armor must make an item saving throw. Only cutting and piercing damages a grey ooze. It is impervious to blunt or crushing attacks. Yeah, fuck it, grey ooze. Okay, it is now time. Time for what, you ask? Time for me to take a break. I have some art commissions to do, and I like to let my ideas sit and fester. That's a horrible analogy. I don't know why I just said that. But what I'm trying to say is that I like to think about the adventure over the course of the day. So I'm just gonna do some work, and I'll come back, and hopefully I'll have a few ideas by then.